Bam,
literally been
bam,
fluctuating
bam,
since I
bam,
first
bam,
got
bam.
affiliate with Twitch way long ago, and
Damn.
I refused to ever let that go because he wants to have the longest streak on my channel permanently.
Hey, he's doing a good job, man.
We're
Yeah.
doing God's work here.
All right, but here we go. Thank you again, Nightfly. Let's get into game
Nah, I'm live.
one here of our Spronament is what I'm calling this one because we haven't had quite a tournament for EU in some time, but I'm very excited.
Oh, look, it's
to see how this will
Zephanox.
go,
He's on the
especially because
jewel.
We haven't gotten to watch. Oh my god, we got another
Yeah, of course you
a
know
Twitch Prime
it.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
And then Courageous.
Yeah, he is,
coming
right
in
there.
Oh
with
man,
the
great
subs.
stuff.
You guys are all awesome. Right as we start game 1, too.
Yep.
So,
Oh, we
makes it
got
very
this
exciting.
few
I'm
subs
gonna let
here.
you talk here.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so it's going to be, I think, normal weather. So we've got no,
Pretty good,
no
pretty good
extreme
supporting here.
storm shift changes. And as I mentioned before, it's been about 1 month since the majority of these top players in the EU scene have, really had a chance to play the game in a competitive fashion. So, there's been.
Well,
at least
isn't
2 patches
Zeph
worth
still
of
gonna be
changes, and that's
coach?
be,
He's still gonna play.
potentially an important factor or something that players are going to have to adjust to.
Wouldn't
At least for the
Zephanox
first couple of
still
games, I
just
reckon. One of
play,
them being the Sky
even though
Shocks.
he's
The 3LP
experienced?
used to typically always take Sky Shocks, in the droves.
Wow.
He used to take out the whole, all
He
the
could be a
sets of
coach.
cars, and now there's only, I think, one now, right, per kind of
Yeah, per little
spawn,
slot,
yeah,
so
sort of thing, yeah.
taking it down a little bit so it's not as easy to move around so quickly. Still, you can go for the play where one player grabs a Sky Shark, everyone else recalls to their position. There are ways to still get around it. Love you, Nightflyer. Thank you so much. But I want to look at the meta. This is something we're kind of talking about, and this is what I was saying was a possibility.
Let
But
me
as opposed to
zoom
going for
this
Ghost,
up.
we see a lot
Perfect.
more Saros, and that ends up being the case here. Look at how many different Saroses we have across the breach.
Yeah, it's insanity. I think this might be one of those key picks, especially it's always like
Is
one of
that
those
a
safe
burger
havens, because
that
of that
I'm
long
looking
range,
at?
you can
Or
always
am
just
I
guarantee
tripping?
that you're able to get really nice clean poke off at 0 risk in most cases.
Yeah,
unless
yeah, I
there's
think
like
I
a
was
really
tripping.
clean, unexpected jump. On
Look
you
at
the same
this
time. When it comes to
disgusting
SLQ,
comp,
they're
man.
farming, really
Zap,
farm on the left-hand
Kingpin,
side.
and
They've got a
Shib.
long way to go for that next circle as well. So we need to see how all of these teams, especially on the left-hand side, kind of want to rotate into this new circle.
What are you watching?
I'm just kind of curious with the draft too, since it is.
Yeah, I am on
this is
sense.
the
Are you
style
blind?
where we are into game 1. The meta has been a little bit up in the air for EU because we haven't had quite as much competition that we've been able to watch, you and I, for quite some time. So getting to see the players actually what they want to bring, I feel like we'll see a meta start to develop during the course of the day, and seeing how a lot of players actually. It is pretty
Like right now, where are you? What are you saying?
A consistent factor, because it's like the moment you think, oh, I see a lot of Saros.
Right here,
you
there's
look over
like
and you see
what is
a bit
that?
more Tetra,
Kingpin?
You see a bit more Shiv.
No, there's
or
two
you see
of.
teams without that Saros. You see a couple Kingpins here and there. Like we just saw a team that had Jewel
What?
for Zephanox, and we have Malwick on.
Yeah, I see
Crystal,
old
right?
thing.
So,
Yeah.
something that a lot of other teams haven't really been picking up. Deprek here still playing that Bishop. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people have dropped Bishop, but Deprek never seems to ever
Yeah, okay,
drop
we're
that
good.
hunter no matter
Oh,
what.
I
Now
see.
they're
Is
in
that
a
the
fight.
Saros?
Deprek got taken low by Ash. Saros
Damn,
using that
so
range
low.
to their advantage, trying to take control of the high ground and this base camp. Shiv not going to find the
Can they
target
even
either.
fight
So
the
Echo
Saros?
taking a little bit of the attention away. LG still pushing back onto SB, but that tier 3 armor has given them
Yeah,
a
they're
little
gonna
bit
look
of
for the
clarity
spike.
despite
No, they're not.
that they can survive and then be able to kite backwards and get out of there alive.
And I think this is one of the safest ways that teams can kind of calibrate.
What do you mean?
the
Later
kind of,
on,
power
it's all
levels
about
of each
spiking.
team, especially with the new patches. Just having those little mini poke fights can maybe, kind of give you a better assessment of, where you kind of stand, how armors feel, of course, with the armor changes as well, to at least the cost.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to change the economy amongst the, the myriad of other changes that have happened over the course of the
But they could
month
look
that we've
for
kind of
it.
missed of competitive play. How's the NA scene, kind of managed to, migrate these changes? They've been quite significant, especially in regards to economy.
I mean, from
Oh,
what
look at
I've
that
seen,
show.
it has
Levi.
been that it's just slower early game. At first, it was a lot of more chaotic fights early. where
Mitch
people were
wasn't in
wanting
this
to fight because they
tournament,
needed
right?
to get that economy. They needed to get these relics, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then after a bit, it calmed down again. It went back to how things were before, where everyone was playing more patiently because they didn't want
Wait,
to
maybe
give
I
that
should
advantage
put-
over to their enemies if the
I
fight
should
didn't
put
work
your
out.
audio here too.
You'd see more fights like this where there's little scraps. You have Deprek on the other side, but he got rooted. Taking a little bit too much damage. Going to be the first one to fall in this game, down to Wisp. Gekko wants to protect that Wisp, but unfortunately going to be pushed back by EV, so they will clean up that kill, getting themselves the prize from that fight.
Yeah, and of course with the relic purchases being available, you know, only day 2 if I'm not mistaken, you know, you're either getting a high roll or doing a vault or something along those lines. And if you've got the relic that you really needed and then lost it in that early game fight, it might be
big boy.
You know, spelling danger potentially for some of those teams that wanted to get the early snowball and no longer have that potential anymore.
What is that
And I think
GVM?
that's also something we've been seeing when it comes to like hunter diversity and the picks, that you start seeing a lot more that want that later.
I mean, yeah,
don't necessarily want to have as much of an early game purely because
this is
they
very
want to make sure they survive. They have these impactful fights, like right now, already hitting level 7 for the small day, forcing back ADN, but a good disengage from ADN. I love what their team name actually is. It's another dumb name. So it's really, we leave it up to Revel, you know, and his team to have fun little names like that. But we go up north and we see that Miss get a nice pick on a little meat.
Yep, and it seemed like it was going to be a insanely chaotic fight, but we just caught the tail end of it. At the same time, we are looking at Rat slowly walking down potentially. If they see the audio cues, they might start a fight between or carry on the fight between WAF and ADN. It looks like it's already going full force. Spider Brawl on super low HP already. He's managed to make his way out. Smolder's there for reinforcements with the heal at the last second. Shichi getting the arc. Railgun, but he's kind of low on mana at the same time. They're trying to get those mob resets as well. Spider Brawl's still low on HP. We need to see how this fight continues to evolve.
Nice Vortex Charm, forcing back WAF, giving ADN power in this fight, especially because Spider Brawl was taken so low, but he hops on the Sky Shark. They're going to retreat back to safety, back to land, and get out of the fight. They don't want to fully commit, but we do.
I don't see many goals, surprisingly.
DSM lost another player. I think they are struggling right now. I don't think they're fully out of the game.
Yeah, every
but they are in this position where they are on a bit of a poverty run, trying to move around the map.
Yeah, and because they're so kind of centrally oriented as well, all of the resurrection, kind of areas where they can get it off it are kind of potentially contested. It's not necessarily free. They have to really, judge accurately here to get that res off successfully and get out scot-free. But, we'll keep an eye on them and see if they can get that one off. At the same time, SB are kind of walking down onto Rats. They've been walking around a couple of different biomes at this moment. And they've just settled on this kind of, where is it in this case? South side of Race Road. Big engagement, though.
Nice pull. They got the pick they needed to, and they pushed back onto SB. Shin's going to be the one they stomped down, but missed. They decide whether or not they want to join in. Kuba goes aggressively, and that's going to be Sinnoh with the Missile Breaker, but it was blocked by the Bright Shield from Adam Arc. While Rap were able to hold onto the ground, they get a nice pull again with the Tetra Slam back, but it's it took so long for them to finally get that Wisp, but now they look for Kuba, who has to dash away. No grenade to connect. Kuba might have to give their life to make sure the team can survive.
Yep, and it looks like Kauska's going to make it away, obviously, on the ever-evasive Brawl. It looks like it's going to be a successful res at some point, potentially, but there are 2 teams on the north side. I don't know. There's not many res beacons to do that safely. You may have to wait a long time here, but at the same time, Small with a massive Abyssal Breaker. Big follow-up as well. GPA gets the ulti off at the last second. Heals up Revel. A touch, but Small just carry on with the follow-up. He's gone through the portal. Kazaro
damn, that old shield doing so much work.
With any slam, and it looks like ADN have just about kind of survived this encounter, but yeah, there's a lot of pressure continuously being applied. It looks like a little bit of downtime just at the moment, but armor's been broken now on GPA, who just also finds Kuba at the same time.
But the thing is, GPA picks up that base camp. They were able to get the shields repaired that they needed to. Wafa trying to do the same thing, but they are getting
very low.
It is hard for them to hold on. Look at how low Spider Brawl is. Forced back defensively. Chi-Chi taking a little bit of the attention. Trying to get ADN to focus
we
on
can also check builds here.
Brawl, but not looking too good for Waffle. We look for another team that is struggling right there. SB struggle up against LG, but Rad are here as well. We have a lot of teams that are starting to congregate around one another.
Nah, it's still problems.
Fight here from 3LP on to Levi, the last survivor.
There's no reason to not build the same. Like
already on the flank. The ship battle goes for the 3 little pigs, eliminating EV. We see that Waff about to join them. They only have wait, they have the revive. Yeah, it was the revive.
Because I mean, they still have the big best possible build.
For Waff, so unfortunately they fall as well.
Yeah, very, very unlucky there. And there's a massive fight over this Meteor Beast. It's on super low HP. LG are looking to take this one. They have kind of control over it. Darius Bruce taking it right at the last second. Cookies trying to get a little bit of poking at the last second. Mekibek on that high ground, looking for any opportunity to hook, as always, on that KP. He's ever accurate. He's just looking to get that one. He actually cancels the Abyssal Breaker on Baruth. Very perfectly timed.
Mekibek perfect on that one to deny the Abyssal Breaker.
Again?
And the pull
Huge
to
deny.
drag them in. But it's going to be a trade, 1-for-1.
Oh, no.
That makes it so it's going to be that Volcanic
1-for-2.
Crusher crushing the competition. LG pushed into the corrupted zone as they have to escape. Only Orlando's will be able to make it out for the team. But it is going to be quite a difficult run for LG on what position they can go for as we stay in Raid's throw and underrun. Sorry.
Yeah, she can probably do something here.
We did see that the team does get eliminated, joined by LG2, eliminated in quick succession with SB still in this fight against ADN, pushing back on a Kaizaro, but even with the Fusillade, that damage on the GPA, he survives. He pushed back and makes it out alive. They keep themselves afloat, while SB, they decide whether or not they want to continue the hunt.
Yeah, especially when there's
Oh, look, it's a Revel.
specific scenario, and Zeph is on super low HP. It's always one of those kind of
Oh.
risk factors where it looks like things are going to be going south, but then those rapid heals could just come out the last second, and you know, Zeph can always
He
be
tries
like
to
that solo carry
predict.
that you always kind of need to kind of even the fight out. It looks it's kind of hard to predict who's going to win in these kind of scenarios, especially when there's no lack of anti-heal. Death Break kind of with that little poke.
What a poke.
Unsuccessful, actually pays the price quite dearly.
Half
Less
the
than
health.
half HP, and then Shinsense with the defensive dagger tries to, you know, try to apply a bit of pressure onto Kazaro, but it's unsuccessful at the same time. It looks like Shroom's the last survivor for 3 OP, half HP as well.
They don't see through.
Wow, a lot of teams.
What do you in his room doing?
One or two
Oh,
players right here.
this
The
boy.
Shy
Wait, he lives.
barely gets back towards Hachi, who's been on the respawn beacon. Can they keep him
They're
alive?
gonna go for the
Revive.
spike.
It's
Oh,
gonna get
no.
the push from Theo.
Never mind.
Force on the respawn beacon. Hachi on the run with the blast up, trying to get away. But TSM, they can chase this down as we see that 8T. You get eliminated by Rat off screen.
Yeah.
More teams down, and might be another one to join them. 3 little pigs about
Oh,
to
no.
get blown down by ADN.
Oh no, that was so
Second wave
good.
to take down Shrew.
Oh man, it just like he just slightly mistimed it. If he got it off in time, he would have been able to heal up and maybe mitigate a little bit of the damage, at least coming from the kind of opposing second wind. But yeah, that didn't, you know, that wasn't anything successful there. Unfortunately, 3OP surprisingly outed very early in this scenario, 7th place. The circle's extremely wide for the amount of teams that are left now, so there's a lot of space to play on. Hachi last alive. It looks like Sprokane also lost one of the Songbow in this scenario. That's of course one of the changes that we've seen. I think was it last patch that they've made it like kind of part of the day 1 or day 2 bosses. So you know, losing that is potentially losing tempo, of course, as it always was with their red relic drops. So we need to see if they can get the res off. You know, there's quite a steep ascension that they have to climb to get the recovery back to the power level that they once were at.
Even
A
TSM.
relic shop on the top left hand side. About 2 teams have to rotate in, but there's, you know, as I said before, there's so much space to play on. ADN looking pretty strong. Rebels, you know, been able to get a decent amount of poking, and in all these fights we've seen, he's, you know, been successful in you know, getting the poke off. It looks like there's going to be another round 2 here potentially between SB and ADN though.
Oh, Revel hits those.
Okay. Revel is cooking.
They got the gold for Revel,
Oh,
and they've got a lot
the
of
chef's
damage on SB in the
Oh,
past,
look at the
so they
portal
tried to
though.
repossession was
some of their
insane.
shields. They already
Yeah.
put down the Sunburst,
Crazy
trying to see if
work
they can
for
get
the portal.
Ionized Tauros, but there's gonna be Gecko trying to absorb
That's
some
kind
of
of
the
smart
pressure
though.
from
He
Team
puts a
SB.
portal to shoot
Staying
through us.
cautious on this one. They have
Yeah.
different options. They don't have to fight this one onto ADN, and it seems like they're gonna make that call. Say we don't want to have a position, especially with all these lasers, where we get spiked over them and then immediately die.
Yep. At the same time, we're seeing Orb of Revival up for grabs. TSM have complete free dibs over it. We're looking at Rat, sorry, on the left-hand side, kind of maybe slowly sneaking up, but they're not going to be there in time. There's no way. Yeah, they're definitely going to grab this one for free. There's also a red chest potentially up for grabs as well, but I don't think TSM have the key in this scenario, so that's not going to be any potential there. Hachi just
Poor
waiting
Hachi.
patiently. Yep, on the island. And now...
Poor Hachi.
Yeah, it's looking rough. I mean, I guess I need to just check real quick on his econ. He's got 3.4k, so he's definitely going to be able to potentially do the broken res beacon if there is one close by. You know, slowly wandering down towards it, but I don't know if it's going to be a
That's not
contested.
safe one. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, you go for that one, you already are
Vive Infuser seems to be
moving
very
around
broken.
there and congregating towards
It's
that
played by a
beacon
lot of
because
people.
there's going to be a lot of opportunities, especially like we see Mist, SB, 2 teams that are in the machine. As the storm is starting to close in onto their position, Mist decided to take this north.
Look at that brawl, full damage right there.
Where Hachi is, they spot him out. He picked up the crown right as he tries to escape through the jet stream.
Yep, and that kind of instantly neutralized the pressure that Kask wanted to apply.
He picked up the ground and he left.
Language. Oh, but the dunk, the
Hachi,
meta.
But he's dead.
Oh my god, he bit off way more than he could chew there. I think he could, you know, he thought he could evade that, but one dunk just sealed the deal there. So much damage coming in quick succession. That does leave
Hachi
Shy's
Griffin.
out 6th place, unfortunately. Well, I guess it is the Shy's now. You know, the flim flam with the names. I've kind of ingrained it into my name to say the size because I mispronounced or misnamed them last time when they didn't have Hachi, but now he's back.
But yeah, he's back, and I will say I feel bad for Hachi on that one. There's not much he can do.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Like you get essentially ganked there by Mist on one side. You get pushed back. You run right into one of the strongest teams in the lobby currently. Rat. They've got all this gold armor. They've got themselves that songbow that you were talking about. It's Cookies that has it this time around.
That songbow is so
really difficult
broken.
to get out of that position. So sadly, just not much maneuverability that they'd have in that fight.
Yeah,
Why is my goat O's, or is that the bishop?
Beacon that's on the bonfires, right? Is it 60
Running harmonic and
yeah, how
the
big has it been
gun.
in terms of, you know, changing the meta? Has it made the game like slower or faster in any way? Does it made, you know, from what you've seen?
What the player, bro?
The rat Adamark. Is that an oath?
That's Felix? Oh yeah, that is out, yeah.
Yeah.
What is bro cooking? Look at this really.
Yeah.
Damage out.
You know, a certain perk that can
What is bro
mitigate that as
cooking?
well, there are ways around it. But
My boy is building pure damage. Look at them.
Makes it so you go, okay, well, if
I mean, he will smack them with the hammer.
Look at them.
scenario where you have 5 teams, and this is what I mean about it slowing it down. It slows it down in terms of this part of the late game, when there's still enough squads alive that if
Junker
you go
can
for a
no
fight,
P.
you're always risking a third-party potential unless you have.
Look at how many teams up on that last circle.
No one can
Yeah.
have these flanks onto you. There's not really much reason to go for a fight. Like right here, we see that.
Oh, he
Oh,
hits that.
no way.
Holy shit.
No way.
Just shy, so Kuba dies.
Oh, nah,
And
then,
they
of
just
course,
force
the
Oh,
rest
what
of
is the
the-
Rebel
Actually,
forcing
super
though?
aggressively, the Abyssal
The Rebel
Force
don't have
sorry.
first.
Oh my god, I don't think
Or Rebel
Grief
Grief though.
This one, but GPA's got the res off.
What a
Can
play
he stick
from
it? Oh no.
Kalskinator. Oh, this is
No,
so
that was
good.
miscommunication. Rebel completely
No,
gri-
it's so good.
like grifted.
Kalskinator's play there, 'cause that should have been 80
And now the Brawl will take the legendary.
Admittedly denies that by taking out the oath.
Yeah,
Oh, the
seriously,
Brawl has the
he's on the
legendary
south
now.
side, and the circle is now pulling in towards him.
Does
MST
Kingpin
now have to
win-
consider,
Kingpin
you know, their
win?
options.
There
It looks like
is-
Kazor's trying to jump past both teams. I think he's just found out after the last second.
What even is happening?
He's been walled in as well. Mekimek, blindness, LMB, same with.
They're
Kaz
trying
as
to
well,
twist
being
cooldowns
knocked
on
like a
Kingpin.
pinball at the last
Oh
second.
yeah, they just agreed to get rid of hosts.
Now
That's
this is
it.
by Mekimek, MST have to jump ship. They're gonna try and circle around. They've already popped an E-plat as well.
They have
Top pass as well,
platforms
a bit of
here.
by SB and TSM. Looks like the wars are continuously being
TSM
fought as
is
well.
on middle.
There's an extra bit of security to try and kind of guarantee terrain in this scenario. But yeah, things are looking a little bit rough here. Kaus did find a crown.
He
though.
found the crown. How did he
Yeah,
get the crown?
wasn't successful with that out there.
No idea.
Kalskinator
My
has
boy is
so little
smurfing.
room, so little maneuverability, but just enough that if anyone wants to try to jump onto that brawl, it's gonna be really tricky. But as you were talking about before,
The Kingpin is so good for picks here. Like Kingpin can play this so well. Like if he just hits.
Oh, what a nuke. Oh!
Amazing. Oh, he hooks those. There's no
Oh,
way.
they
Yeah,
forced
they just eviscerate him.
Really? Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Gecko's gone. They're still up though.
Mist is...
Lots of spike traps here.
They had fortification, that's why.
Oh, the hook.
Wait, Gecko is up.
No,
Gecko
it
is up.
doesn't help. How did Gecko come up?
They asked him.
Even though it seems like they're about to fall, they're able to revive the Wisp, get them
2 bases dropping, okay.
Only TSM now seems to really be in this difficult spot to get out of. We see all these walls that have been
There's
placed
one
down.
base. They should take the base.
Possibly play onto TSM, but then Rat-
Oh, they could get sandwiched here. It's in everyone's interest to just kill a rat.
Into this elbow shape here.
Never mind.
Oh.
They're wait, huge stun.
That's gonna be a physical-
Gecko's playing well. Theo.
Getting a little bit of damage, but
TSM
nobody
is flanking.
falls on any side.
They are.
Mist is getting the crown off.
The bishop is.
Yeah, they got the crown off. They got the crown off. Kuba is back.
Kuba is back. Kuba can still pop an ulti. He is ghost. Oh, that's that boy dead. Gecko's dead again.
Oh, okay. Gecko dead now.
Oh wait, he pushed him to Narnia. They can technically res him.
Yeah, Gecko
Yeah, they can res him. No one's looking.
Gecko's up. Oh. Nice nuke. What the fuck?
Why? That's insane, Nook.
Oh, zoning nuke is insane. Gecko is up.
Yeah, Gecko is up, but he's gonna die. SB might be cooked here.
SB is done. There's no way. Yeah. Gecko is dead.
Oh, okay, he's
And
gone.
they got rid of Rat.
Rat is gone.
Wait, Rat. Oh no.
Oh, look at that. That is one ult you don't wanna deal with. Bro has exotic armor. Oh, he got the.
Wait, SB,
Wait.
what?
Wait, that's such a cheesy beacon, what?
Yeah, that was just maybe it's a calculated res, you know. Hey, I'm.
Wait, how did he res?
Here. Maybe I just get spiked
He-
on purpose. Surely, I'm reading his mind, you know. I'm sure that was the.
Did he just pop a crown or something? I'm so confused. There's so many legendary shields that they can take, and they should take. Got it, yeah, he got it. Scrim has it. You know, Gecko is back up to being a threat.
Oh, yeah, he left the Wisp and then bought the crown and then popped the Wisp for the revive on SB.
Insane.
That's insane.
If a team pushes through the storm, through that open
Mist is
ground, that
in
he
an
can
interesting
use
spot,
the
bro.
Abyssal Breaker to
He'll be
immune
fine there. No one can kill him there.
other interactions that you
Yeah.
can have with Oath.
If they try, they just get spiked.
Yeah.
Kind of a possibility, and he's got a lot of time.
We have to look at next circle. Oh, they're
The jump pad play from
they're
SB trying to-
considering it. Oh, they're gonna fight.
The walls are gone, the walls are gone.
No more walls. Yep.
We look for the fight up against CSM in the northern part of the circle, taking a lot of damage. Gecko losing his armor, having to
Oh,
hop
Gecko
on an
dead.
icy wall, but that's
Oh,
not
yeah,
gonna
Gecko out.
be the blink back. Gecko might
Oh.
get the revive, no.
Yo, what
Oh,
the fuck?
he was. No. That's what is that? Wait. Does he clutch it though? Blink is
Oh, Mist revives?
Wait, if they take that, it's so huge. Gecko's still alive.
Oh, they got rid of TSM.
Oh, TSM's out. What the heck?
Oh, SB. Oh, he's
Oh, no, he's alone. What is he doing? He's griefing.
No? Oh,
What is the ship doing?
oh.
No, they get it.
Aw.
Yeah, it's a sweep. Unless, no, he cannot. Yeah, okay. SB wins. What the fuck? Gecko died like 6 times.
You know, it's just one of those
Why
kind
is
of
he-
things, man. You know, if you're a master of any
Why is
science,
he
you know, one
winning
of those
that?
things, you know, one of the kind of disciplines of science, of course, is chemistry. And SB, they have not lost it, man. It's eternal. You just saw it there, right there with that last.
That's
fight,
that's
you know.
crazy though.
With that instant-
They had like
punch,
nothing.
Shin with the follow-up instantly after. Gecko's there as the bait, perfectly.
Yeah, but they
timed
just
with the
he
clean
hits
as
a
well.
bishop
Everything is
punch,
just perfectly
and
done
then
by SB
Shin,
there. That
Shin
last
gets a
fight
double
really
knock.
came across.
Yeah.
My God, the muscle memory just
That's
came back
insane.
in droves there.
What was that double stun? That was criminal stun.
Message in chat, the Fortnite gaming, just putting up a bunch of walls, building as much as he could. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to win the game.
You guys can't be real.
Missed a nice second place regardless. So what
Also,
seemed
that-
like
yeah,
it
that most
was
wanted
for
play
a lot
was
of these
insane.
teams,
What
like
the
Mist was down, I think really close to losing that game. Rat were in
We're
a
gonna play
long
on
ball
bullet
where it
trains.
wasn't like the team that was going to win.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
This is kind of what I was talking about when it comes to the late game, especially with these respawn the recon beacons that you have now on the base.
Actual clown fest.
If you try to go for a fight and you put yourself in a bad spot, now you're
Someone's
you're easily
dropping
flamed.
frames, that's
you're
why.
easily third party because every team's gonna have information about the same level.
Exactly. And it's, I guess it's one of those kind of weird things, as you mentioned. You know, there are kind of those obscure, not necessarily obscure, but there's kind of countermeasures, as you mentioned, the
34
bushes,
players
the
is
perks
insane.
that you potentially have in your possession. That you always have that. It's like one of those things. Like 80% confidence that things are going to be safe, but that 20%, it's almost like sometimes having less information and always checking everything.
So how
is
does
better than
this work?
saying,
How many
we won't
teams
check
can
Cookies
there
isn't
be?
just
40
kind of face
FPS.
check it.
What?
Because sometimes you can kind of fall into
How
that.
many teams
That
can
kind of
there be?
mentality at
Well,
times, and that it could sometimes cost you gravely.
12
If you're
teams.
not being like
12
ultra inspect
teams.
mode
So
and
how
checking
many
everything out.
coaches is that? 12 coaches.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
Okay.
a lot of things can go haywire quickly if you're not careful, and this is what makes those late game fights. Honestly, I think it makes the late game fights even more fun because you have those.
I mean, it's not
moments where
horrible,
everything just goes
right? It's
wild, and makes it so
starting
that-
in 10,
that's something we've seen in NA too. I think there's one fight
9.
where I was like casting for like
Alright,
30
10
straight
minutes,
in the
right?
same fight because it was just constant revive after revive after revive. I think we had like 3 crown
And
players
imagine we don't even have a review here. Oh, we're starting. It was 10 seconds, never
It
mind.
was just that chaotic. You have the constant push where you're able to then
Look at that
flip
Master
the
6
grab
Felix
crown,
right there.
because you have that information from your base camp. And just constantly goes and goes and goes. It makes for a very,
Samurai
very fun, like,
is on that
game to
Master
watch.
6
Yeah, exactly.
Felix.
It's been one of those things that I think it's still part of the contention potentially with the pacing of the game. That hopefully
Don
eventually
Tria.
gets addressed. With those fast reses. That it does alter the kind of pacing of gameplay. Like,
There's
can
no
we stop them in
bans,
time,
right?
It used to be that you could.
I
just
think
always stop
Shiv
someone in the
ban
10 seconds
is
that it
so
used to be.
good for this.
But hopefully we do find some sort of.
I'm tired of
even
seeing
ground where it's
Shivs
maybe they change it to 8 and
on
or,
every team.
9 or something along those lines. It's.
Yeah, and so I think a good call out there. Miams? Am I saying that?
What
Is it?
are these?
What is bro? Is he reading your name?
It's being played, and that is
Yeah.
a really good call out here. Like if we look here, we'll probably see that Oath is at the top, and Oath is one of those ones that just comes back many, many times. Like when you think, we're talking about all these other hunters, right? We were talking about Ghost and Saros.
Mesmo.
But Oath is
You know what? I need to clip.
stays prevalent regardless because having such a great defender for the game and for your team composition
Now let me follow
really
that
can
way.
enable you, especially in these late games, to have those setups with the long poke that helps survive a lot of these early aggressive, the early parts of fights in the late game.
100%, 100%. Can't agree more. And straight away, we're looking at 3B. They've got their standard drop line, Cold Fang, of course, with the kind of car nerfs. They're not gonna have as much rotation. We always used to see that all 3 of them would jump on cars every single time. So their game plan, especially in the early game, is going to be a lot slower now. So I'm wondering, how they're going to adapt to that.
Okay,
Is
what
their
are they
game plan
doing?
gonna change significantly
Okay, then I
enough,
will
or they're gonna
route
become
for
weaker or
you.
stronger because of it,
Courageous.
So there's always that level of adaptiveness that is put to the test, I guess, when a new patch comes out, or a significant change to like
They're
the
taking
game,
this boss.
the game strategy comes
Free
out.
double shield.
Especially, yeah.
And right now, just looking at how teams have dropped so far, saying that
What's happening up here?
much changes across the board. Is that Shrug on steroids? Is that still Spider Brawl, or did Spider Brawl have to dip?
No idea, honestly.
I was wondering if maybe it's a different account or something. I don't know. Because sometimes the players, they always have like their different accounts they play on.
Yeah. I've no idea, honestly. I've not kept up to date with people renaming and things of that nature, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's hard sometimes.
Everybody
to
seems to
change
use
their name,
Broom
like,
as well,
day
small
of,
gliders.
so,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Broom
like,
is
Make it
best
easier for
glider.
us. Make it easier for us so we know who's who. But it's okay. We gotta see this one. It is Bullet Train that
Yeah,
we have
it is.
for our Storm Shift. And so, one of my favorites.
Rushing a vault. If you mess up the vault here, there's a lot of pressure.
Especially as we have a circle that is starting to hone in.
Everyone in Narnia will start.
Yep, that's gonna be.
Going
how many
to-
teams?
I mean, they can
1,
see
2,
even
3,
if
5
before you
teams are
mess
gonna
up
have to
this
make their
again.
way in.
Actually, yeah,
Probably gonna be on the
throw.
bottom
So
right
there's
side
no
where we're going to see the
point.
most pressure because most teams are typically going to move kind of in a linear fashion. Meanwhile,
Lots
on
of
the northern
Bishop,
side, we see
lots
some
of
potential action here between
Shiv and
Shy,
lots of
Hook attempt by
ults.
Sprokane narrowly misses, and Rebel is
Not
gonna
as
continue
much
finding that
brawl
poke
as
on
I
that
expected.
Saros, who just looking to get a little bit of poking on the
Yeah,
Illumina.
because
Hachi
he's
with a
not that good
punch.
in comp.
It's successful, gets the stun as well.
He's good
Hachi
in
on half
ranks.
HP though. He's getting rapidly healed up, and now he's been anti-healed. Oh.
I think it's just hard.
Rebel was trying to get some of that poke damage as well. Try to see if they can chip at the health.
Oh my god, they're getting... What is the Revel doing? Revel is cooking a bit too hard here. Oh, Revel is actually cooking a
He
bit.
hits that.
Oh, Revel is cooking a lot.
Oh.
Oh, Revel. No, that has to be no.
Hey.
Revel is full aggro here. They have to chase, they have to chase.
Might leave Hachi out to dry, so that way at least the team can survive.
Come on,
It's
Hache.
going to be
Oh!
this,
Okay.
potentially impossible escapes here because Revel, he's been.
He does not miss.
I know that he's been playing the game.
He does
at
not
least-
miss.
Well, the rest of the other players haven't. And
Yeah,
it
that's
kind of
true.
shows it.
Revel is
Especially in
queuing
this
up
game,
literally
really, really hands-on
24/7.
from Saros there. Very, very easy shots to pull off, and he just hit basically all of them. So much pressure applied. He knew exactly when to dash and get the extra down.
Crotch had a huge pull on that, a huge punch on that one that pulls the fight their way.
The
towards
clown.
Rat in
Clown
two different
emote.
directions. One towards the tracks, one through Prison of Falls. SB. Maybe they'd want to join in on the
Gecko, there's the winners right there, SV. Their Shiv and the Bishop combo was nasty.
They're getting back fully formed with Shin. So we look at other parts of the map and see how people are moving around, grabbing these Sky Sharks, trying to move and migrate up north.
Yep, and as you said, yeah, that's where all the pressure is going to be kind of concentrated towards, especially with all the teams being there. SB are potentially looking to gatekeep Rat. They're just still a two-man. Oh no, they're back to a three-man band, I guess. Yeah, we see on the left, we do see Meki Mek there. Deprek is trying to hold his ground against Cookies, but now we see that both of the other members of SB have now fully reunited. Shin, already with the defensive dagger, is trying to apply a bit of pressure onto Adamok. They're trying to make their way into circle.
Oh,
and at the same
no,
time,
that
looks
boy
like the
is
team 3LP
cooked.
have come in for a bit of action. Uh-oh.
He does get a hook off, but no, obviously it's gonna be.
Yeah,
He pulled them and saved his team though.
Kill onto Meki Mek and Rat, as opposed to last time in game 1, they were kind of the team to beat. They had all that gold armor. They just had a poor fight when it came to the 5 squads that remained. Here, they're a bit on that poverty run. Cookies, no relics in the inventory.
Yep, and it feels like as an observer, it almost feels like Schrodinger's fight. I look away.
Shrek on
fight's not happening,
steroids was
the
the name.
minimap, and they're all having their they're in massive fight again. In this case, it's WAF and ADM,
Imagine going versus Shrek on
side, I guess,
steroids.
just below the TSM, they've been rotating around a couple of different biomes. I guess this time Smold on maybe half HP, but he's blocked it all successfully with the shield. She's sent it with a very aggressive dash onto Blink, got him to less than half HP with the what's it called? The
Blink is
as well.
low as
Super damage
hell.
there. Armors are super low as well. Okay, Railgun comes out, doesn't get any connection, unfortunately. Chichi's also, continuing the aggressive.
Chichi is on the
strategy that
ghost,
He's always been, utilizing,
which means that guy a demon because his champ is balanced.
For the extra bit of movement. Blink trying to get a little bit of poker. Bishop Breaker's already used, but nicely, perfectly blocked by the ultimate.
Very good.
Straight, flexing my straight, okay.
Oh, he
They're
misses.
trying to beat you into a bad fight. They're trying to beat you over the abyss.
Yeah, they don't want to fight the abyss. They can fight here. They can hunt to this. Oh, they're gonna get sandwiched. Maybe not. No, the ghost is alone. What is my ghost cooking?
There's 4 teams.
What is my ghost cooking?
And they're just on the way.
Yeah, it's very quite dynamic in terms of how teams are fighting. That typical kind of EU aggression seems to have been tempered just for the moment, at least. Maybe I spoke too soon. In fact, it looks like ADN are playing so much damage.
No, Revel is out.
In fact, who this fights
No, they're getting
ADN
swapped.
winning in such a significant manner. GPA on his last legs now.
They got jumped. Wait.
He's applied enough LMBs to get him in.
Oh, he gets 2 spikes. What is he doing? The zap.
No way.
No way he can hear runs now. No way. He's done. Double spike though. He took a scout squad down with him. No, bro, took him.
Had to unlock full setter there right at the end. 3LP looking super strong on armors there, Rat. They just hopped on the Sky Shock at the last second. They're trying to get Meki Mek out there. He's spamming the emotes. That's just like standard behavior we'd see from Rat there, but maybe not from Meki Mek. He's typically a chill dude, but at the same time, 3LP, Aiden is playing a decent amount of pressure onto Gecko, forcing him onto the right hand side. SB have their own little bit of domain kind of occupied now. But 3LP, we know that they're ever aggressive, and I don't think anything's going to have changed there in that kind of 1 month hiatus we've had. They're going to be maybe looking to hound SB whenever possible. They are, one of the big players still in this game. They've obviously won the first game. Actually, I need to update my my graphics there in a second when I get a moment.
Yeah. I will say it though, just what a play from GPA. I love to see that. Even if they lose early into this game, the fact that regardless they fight their way to the nail,
Okay.
taking people with them.
You see the jewel? You see the cooking?
Team's kind of moving around. Tom, I know you're.
Oh, Tetra just dunks.
Oh.
Volcanic Crusher, but I was just gonna shout out Tom because we see that.
Tetra just dunked my boy into tomorrow.
I know this is something that he likes to see. I like to see it too. But we have WAP still fighting up against Rat. Rat now. They've got that Tier 2 armor. They're looking a little bit more confident.
Oh,
so
no.
Gonna be the first one
There's not
GG.
much to be done. Oh, Adamark almost got spiked.
Oh, Shaq almost got spike.
Away from the fight, allowing Rat to stomp the
Oh,
Wisp.
no.
Yeah, but we know that Koba's
No,
not
you
too
cannot
far away.
spike
At the
my
same time,
Wisp,
Hero
Shaq.
is already found dead as well. Echo's last life at SLQ.
Echo is
Gonna try and make way
alive.
into Koba. So it's going to be 3 stragglers.
Damn, this was so bloodthirsty.
Oh, the Canucks, look at him. The rule.
Wait, he can pull it.
So that's going to make things potentially a
Wait,
bit easier. There's obviously
what if
no
he
rotation
just,
as well for
like,
Rez. Looks like
oh,
Echo's potentially going to take that one, but he, maybe he's a bit too fat. His character, the gravity, I don't know what it is. Maybe he's a balloon. Digested a balloon. He's just too slow there to jump on that train. I'm not sure what happened there. At the same time, on the top side.
It's risky too with Bullet Train because it's so fast that it could take you into a really bad spot and you don't know where everyone else is. It's daytime, might as well go for the Koba's res. Your Kingpin, anyone else that shows up, you're the one that usually has the advantage because you can pull people in. And you see that Echo's actually giving Zephanox a little bit of space, and now
he missed the train.
Twice. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt before, but Echo, that was the gravity. As here is Shrek on steroids, trying to go for the refight, but Zephanox has that air blast missing that first charge of it, so Shrek should be able to get it. Haymaker punch missing from Crystal.
Oh,
Could have gotten the guard's attention, but WAF are back, fully formed. Inside
everybody's just going in, taking
like
their
as
teammates.
well. TSM, they're looking
Yeah,
at
TSM is
game, but they're on their last legs now. It is Theo last alive.
a bit
they of
cocked
course
here.
won the last tourney that we actually had in EU, so they are still big contenders, at least in this game. As you mentioned, AT did get that res off successfully. It looks like teams are pretty healthily dispersed for the moment. EV are trying to apply a little bit of pressure onto SLQ. Of course, they've revived themselves now back as a full 3-man on the top side. Potentially a bit of pressure looming between Rat and WAF this time. Massive Abyssal Breaker, decent amount of
That Master 8 popping out, that helps.
But the ulti's already been played. Shichi on less than half HP, 1 HP, already dead. It is Smold last alive now.
Oh,
going Abyssal Breaker, but
can Smold even do
right at
anything?
the last second into Cobas.
Oh, I'm surprised there's not that chase from Rat, though.
Yeah,
not really.
That would be the time to punish if you want to, because then there's no safety. You can't really get into Kobe's and actually get out alive. They could have probably gotten the full kill, full wipe onto the enemy, but it seems that they are respecting over that Abyss. It is still one of those risky plays, because sure, you get that, you can go for the chase, but it's a very large amount of Abyss that you have to play with, and it just takes one good hammer for WAF to turn the fates around and take down Rat instead, like we almost saw
Shiv getting that classic.
That play where he's surrounded by so many people with yet still got kills.
Petra Wall comes to get the Shiv out. Double walls.
Cookies is low.
Rat is cooking. But the
Oh, she gets
Zap,
stunned there. Oh, no.
the Zap is playing.
Goes alive, but cannot get over to the Wisp. They got a lot of damage on Adamark, and they've actually separated the fight. But Mekimec with a slam.
Oh, Shen is alone. Zap had to leave.
What the fuck?
Onto them, forcing Deprex out over to the Abyss.
What is my Kingpin doing, bro? Nerf
It
him.
looked like a chaotic fight, but they somehow managed the chaos. SB are typically masters of that. They're kind of, interweave their.
Well, everybody's in Kobayashi. Don't tell me it's gonna be a Kobayashi special. A Mercury would have infinite value here, by the way.
Cooldown's perfectly timed as well. There's been aggro as well by Smold. He's been turning to a
Double
boss instantly.
aggro.
Looks like Crystal's on half HP. The Arcane Rogans are coming out in droves by Shichi. But it looks like everyone's going to make it out here, but except Mark. He's actually applying pressure. Zephanox there with the reinforcements. Super HP. Shichi. Unfortunately, found dead.
Wait, if you take the guards out?
Sad there, not really an easy
Oh,
way to
that'd be insane,
Will
wouldn't it?
potentially fall, separated a bit too much. TSM, they did die.
Yusa is dead.
Now we have
Echo has to do something here.
Oh!
Echo.
No way, it
Oh.
doesn't get that. That's so unfortunate.
With SB pushing their attention.
SB is getting cooked. Gecko is 1 HP.
Yeah, SB are looking so wounded here. I'm surprised Orlando's isn't sending it in more aggressively in this scenario.
Yeah, they should have jumped a bit more there. It was such a bad position.
They're low health as well. They're back as a full 3-man now, so Shin's there for the reinforcements finally.
Oh, you have to be careful here.
The E-plat there for an extra bit of insurance. We're looking at Bruce slowly making his way down for reinforcements for Ash now in this scenario.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, insane. Insane.
One back.
Dagger back, yeah.
Oh no.
But unfortunately, Deborah couldn't do the same. LG.
Wait.
Back, but here's Shin looking for Orlando's. Just needs
Can
to
he
land
get him?
one more
Does
auto,
not
one
find
more
it.
land on Orlando. He's chasing. He doesn't care that he's about to
Oh,
overheat. He wanted those kills to get the reset.
He wanted the reset, but no,
Couldn't
he doesn't
that
get it.
now. Has to find a different way to bring back SB. Our winners from game 1 down again, only to one player.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very hard thing to do in this scenario, especially with how many teams have been ended up in Koba, and this time
Everybody's gonna be in Koba. They're gonna hop out only next
He's going to
circle.
place cards extremely well. Of course, he's got that dagger in case he gets.
They have to be careful here.
He's already popped the ward to just kind of guarantee him an extra bit of vision, check out what's going on. A little bit further on the south side of the map, there's potentially two teams there now. Hook's been attempted, unsuccessful.
There's the ball.
Successful.
Oh, the air blaster was up there. The bullet train almost hit as well.
Only that one. It was Shroom. It was hoping to deny some respawns, but as we are getting pulled out of Kobayashi's a little bit,
Yeah, but the one
we are going to have possibilities for these fights around the tracks, especially looking at how far we have to go until the circle will start honing in on said tracks. A lot of ground is there available in Banegrove, but eventually that's going to go. Yeah, exactly. Look at the circle now, pulling us a lot more north.
Yeah, this is going to be potential trouble for some teams, especially if they can't, if they've not bought this E-Plus to kind of...
Oh, what's happening here?
Especially if the circle ends up here, for example. A hook's attempted by Mech. Gecko actually gets aggroed here, pops the Abyssal Breaker. He's down the team.
Gecko is dead.
No, Gecko is alive.
Oh my god.
Gecko is dead.
Oh no.
Is that SB dead?
So the guard's attention wasn't even gained.
Yeah, it's so surgical, man. They probably just calmed it in like 1
Oh,
second.
never mind, they're here.
Knew, what
Those
they wanted
just
to try
Gecko.
and do. They achieved it successfully.
It's
Very,
so
very
confusing.
clean
They have to
job.
show when the team guys.
No.
Don't think we don't know.
You can shoot the bottom left.
Yeah.
You're gonna be paying attention.
No,
that's
no, that's when they
Yeah.
In order to
Oh, yeah?
What's the push-up damage?
have been launched by Orlando's with the sun.
Yeah. Balance. Oh, he's going in.
Oh.
Who's the one succeeding? It's not either of
One of them has it.
Hoping that they can keep their crowns intact.
Oh my god, this is so tense. It looked like
They have to be very careful from the train. The train could get them, no?
A successful evasion performed. The Boxers is attempted as well to try and get Gecko back if possible, but Cookies is there on the left side, maybe just assessing what's going on. Looks like the res is going to be successful, in fact. Cooper chilling in the bushes, last alive. I don't think he's going to get found, hopefully not. We'll see if that's going to be the case if Orlando's just checked the bush. He's successful. LMBs are now popping.
no.
He actually checked the
There's a
bush.
little pocket of space for him to kind of, re-hide again in the bushes. The Dreadstar's already used
There's
as well
a
by
big
Cookies.
nuke
That's
there
gonna be a
doing
full round now, like
absolutely
8
fucking
seconds or so.
nothing.
Oh my god.
There's so many teams still left. One's about to go right there.
Yeah.
Zephanox has been taken down.
Okay, 1 HP. No, they're gonna be out. No, the crown is out.
Oh no.
Eliminated. Another one has been revived. SB were able to get their
Oh.
own crown play.
Oh, Ash. You have to be careful. It's the Saros. Okay, now he's dead. No longer Saros. First team out.
Yep, and
That's
there's a
third
Manchester
team
as well,
out.
potentially for EV. We'll see what they're going to get very shortly. There's a res attempt as well. It's going to get Shroom back basically scot-free. There's no issues there. So things are looking relatively healthy for the remaining teams. I think everyone's economy is looking pretty good. Well, Cookies is a little bit...
There's a Dreadstar on Mackie Mac.
What's up?
Do you notice the
Bro has double nuke. Like if he just buys a
Oh,
nuke, he
man.
can just completely zone off.
Get back here.
It's gonna be Kobayashi's.
Kobayashi's, guys. We are heading in.
Oh no.
Which means you better be fighting it now more than ever, because if you don't,
They need like double or triple nukes here. Because
there's
else
some
they cannot
confidence
do
in the lane
damage.
that you can gain, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
outside of Kobayashi's, both on the eastern side and down south, but otherwise you are locked on the tracks. You are not in any safe position. Only Red.
What is this B doing? What's my boy doing? Is he testing the grounds?
Entrance to Kobayashi's for
He gets dunked.
Oh no.
He gets
Oh, no.
completely eviscerated for it.
But this gives opportunity to the rest of the teams. They now
Rest of
realize
the
they can
teams
go
are
fight
moving
up
a
against
bit,
Red. They
yeah.
have to fight with one another if they want to be able to enter into town. That's why they have to recall and they have to reform. No longer having that position enabled. Instead, we see going through the storm, through
Oh.
the northern part of.
Oh, gets away with it.
One more attempt to bring back the
Oh.
another grabby. This time.
They can probably rest.
Oh, no, he's out.
Oh,
He's
man.
out. Oh my
Oh,
god,
shit.
holy
Oh.
dunks.
Finale on to 3LP, but they were able to get onto the E platform. Aiden, but
Wait, there's only Shroom is alone.
Zeph is alone.
Grabbing onto the Zephyr, but the blast up
Oh.
grabs onto his position.
Zeph is dead.
Leaving only Aiden alive.
Aiden is gonna do absolutely nothing. Oh, he'll go in. And there is.
SB got the res off. Because of his attack off.
They're fighting. Wait, they're fighting with guards.
Well, SB had to stay right outside. Not having that play anymore against Rat, who could go back on to the respawn. We see that 3LP, they already got their core respawn for them team.
Oh, I thought the train was
Luckily, the into the right hand side for SB. You know, they've both been, at least two of the members have been aggroed, apart from Deprak. He's the only one who's been safe in this scenario. Shroom is looking for a little cheese pick onto Adamok. Wonder if he's going to successfully find that kind of 1 pixel angle to try and get it in, but it looks like he's going to be unsuccessful. Mekimek is kind of forcing him away with that big body on that KP. Levi applying pressure onto Gecko, a touch, but there's not too much else there. They've dropped the Penguin as well. They're also dropping the
they're
as well.
They're
kind of
going
a
in.
little bit of solid ground when possible. There we go. It's on the ground now.
It is wild to me that SB, a team
Oh,
that
train.
so close
Train.
to being eliminated in this game many a time.
Bishop pushing luck too much.
And they're now pushed over the abyss.
look where Gecko is. He's on top of a tiny island.
Yeah, don't
But
worry,
it's that
he's good
E-play
there.
economy that's going to become ever more important.
Oh.
Deadline's already used one.
Oh.
Aiden's been forced off. Acklinks is also trying to have a little mingle with that.
3LP not looking too great. I'm not gonna. Oh, yep.
Wait.
Acklinks
Acklinks gone.
Oh, almost ran right into it. 3LP though, barely avoiding the collision.
Evie's having a very strong position there.
Oh, Levi just made a mistake.
Oh, no.
Aiden does take down Evie. At least one of them is now gone.
2v2.
3LP want to play against them and try to see if they can get
Complete grief here. They do have the camp.
but it's going to be difficult, especially with
SB wants to third party both.
About to clack down the track. Do they try to go for the pushback on a Mr. IT? He's got the
Bro, the train is such a perfect trainer on the.
3LP, they've been able to slowly but surely get their own foothold.
Yeah, and
They have to deal with the trains.
Oh,
it's the last ulti.
And then Beast continues to keep being sent.
Wait, wait.
Oh! Did she pick off? Oh no, he
got denied.
He got the crowd res.
Wait, SB is going in though. Oh, he gets off.
Rat making sure to take him down. Well, SB, they're slapped back by the volcanic crusher. They've got themselves a base camp.
They have a base there. They're
Oh,
calm.
he has the hook.
Oh, everybody is against Aiden.
Everything, but so much has been blown at him to take down the kill onto one member of 3LP.
Oh, the Dreadstar has been
Oh
popped.
no.
Oh no, SB gets.
Oh, that's the train.
Oh.
Avoiding it. Nobody will fall to the train just yet. But SB, they are losing armor. They're
Bro, that train, that base camp on the train is so bad. There goes the nuke.
Oh no.
Does absolutely nothing. Oh, the ship goes in?
Oh.
What is even happening? Oh, the train! Oh!
Oh!
Wait, he gets it! No, he gets pushed! Everybody has no armor. Shroom is dead, Shroom is dead, Shroom is... Everybody wants the rest. Yep, SB gets it.
Oh! SB against Rat.
They're going. Ah, SB, back to back! Back to back!
Insane end game. I can't believe how clean Shroom is with this air blast, man. Every time it's like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, that Shroom Zap is a bit too quick.
You know, I've forgotten his game, man. You know, I know that he's ever.
Or that Shroom ship, I mean.
You know, his mini nados are perfectly timed, perfectly angled for that evasive maneuver, and you know he's just so slippery. Man. But at the same time, he's always weaving in those LMBs at any opportune moment, getting that damage in, gets the vortex charm. I can't believe it. That first fight, you know, that started it all off with EV was just insanity, man. Holy.
Shroom is goated, so is that.
SB lost pretty heavily in the early
Real death.
One player for most of that game. Until the end game, and yet.
Are you a new player?
And this is the thing about Supervive. It's like even when all hope looks lost in the early game, there are ways to claw back victory and to take these.
You know, honestly, I go by a Monster Thoughts.
2 games in a row.
I mean, if you wanna go.
off to a monumental.
Because we are gonna be gaming, right?
To every other team.
Later.
And right now, you're pretty much looking at
Exactly.
SB as your favorite
Yeah.
to win, and a lot of people are saying in chat, you know, SB always looking strong, and it's still true today.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, as I said before, they've not lost any of that chemistry, and it's just, you know, it just pays off in droves. You know, if you've been a team that's been around for a long time, you know, that muscle memory is so easy to get back into. You know, you could not speak for years. You know, it's like seeing an old friend. You know, it's so easy to catch up again. You know. Holy.
Exactly. And well done to them to pick up that win. And now we're getting ready for game 3. We have it's 4 games and then 2 bans and then 4 more games after that. So
that's correct. Yep.
How the bans are going to be. I'm surprised it's only 2 bans. So that's the thing is I'm so used to 3 bans when it comes to like our breaks, but only having 2 I think is gonna. It's not gonna change up the playing field too much, but it will be interesting to see how it changes things because. We're looking at a lot of the picks, and while yes, we do see certain ones like Oath being played a decent amount, Saurus being played a decent amount, Kingpin played a decent amount, but nothing that is dominating. Nothing that's like every single team has one like we've seen in past metas.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. And I guess the other thing that we're kind of potentially anticipating, you know, they've done a couple of map changes, you know, that, well, I guess since EU has last played, you know, there's been a couple of map changes to kind of alleviate some of those kind of problematic points with the map. You know, I know that some of it's been good, but there's been mixed reactions with some other places, you know, they've only added like small miniature islands to some places, and it doesn't really kind of solve that kind of, you know, overabundance of Abyss. Do you reckon that they're going to change that in the future?
I do. I think they'll slowly add more and more land, or what I think is they'll move everything kind of back to where we had seen it before, like in the open beta.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
add more things on the outskirts. That to me would be the thing that makes the most sense, because that way you can have a lot more land to play with, not only just having less Abyss in general, but also having more areas that you can add to later on. So it's like, we're not locked into how the map looks like now. And that is the nice thing about how the breach is kind of made. If you really want to, you can just
what is this?
Any one of these out and be like,
Level 1 fight.
A whole new area in that spot instead. As we see SB getting hot dropped by
LP winning?
And Depra given the clown emote as they escape.
Yep, I just might need to restart here. A second. Need to just check out something over. I think one of the members of Shy cannot load the game, unfortunately. So just want to make sure.
Oh no.
Yep. Okay. Just do that real quick before.
Oh no! What?
Yeah, good call. Good call. While we wait, I'm gonna take advantage of this. I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Yeah, no worries.
Bruh.
Oh man, my chat is gonna get absolutely spammed. I just want to say a simple message. People have to scroll up like 60 messages to get something going.
Are you back?
What?
Are you back?
No, I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm hoping everyone's been good in the community. You know, there's been a myriad of games that everyone's been playing. Of course, you know, Silk Song, Mega Bonk, Shape of Dreams. You know, and any
I can hear the
you know, any
stream from
classic
your
games that you
mic,
kind of
man.
reverted back to. I'm hoping everyone's been enjoying their, you know, their own little separate games, and at least in the EU scene, and maybe just in general. You man, there's, you know, gaming's looking pretty healthy right now in terms of type of variety that you can get. You know,
There we go.
anything you fancy, you can typically play. And I think next month we've got Arc Raiders as well. So, you know, if anyone's looking forward to that, you know, it's not too far away now. They've had open betas for such a long time. And yeah, I'll definitely watch you, dude. I'm going to be watching everyone. I'm going to try and assess... Oh, is my scene wrong? Oh, sorry. Never mind. It was saying it to Magicals. I got you, no worry. Yeah, Mizam, I'll try and watch you if possible, yeah. Do you mean the Moonlit Training Grounds one?
Yeah.
There we go. And
Welcome back,
now
dude.
I can change Seed City. Yeah,
Awesome.
I didn't change the scene because I was going to, and then like I realized because I messed up with changing it initially, and then all of a sudden we were hearing that yes sir, they got disconnected. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait on changing it. So there we go. Now we can see everything that is going on and how our teams are looking. So I'm really curious to see how we'll go from here, because unfortunately, yes sir, I don't think is able to play. So Hudis is still going to be.
Yeah, he's filling back in
shot.
again. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looked like it was a very, very eventful early game for that last one. But you know, restarts happen. It's just the nature of this game, of course. You know, while some small things get, some technical issues get ironed out. Whoa, once we get past this tornado as well, that's given us you know, making us blind temporarily. It looks like SB and WAF are fighting straight away on this boss. We need to see who's going to grab this one. SB, they're going to try and get level 2 if possible, I reckon. It looks like one member already has. Oh, and 3OP looking to actually sandwich this one out.
Looking for the hot drop onto the Vissel Hatchling, but it's going to be WAF that struggled to get away. Shichi finds
the punch.
What's happening here?
Find a punch. They push back 3LP. Aiden is down. Echoing on the run with Room, but somehow Struck with the steroids on the other side. Struck on steroids. Was looking for maybe a steal onto the Hatchling. While we see down and high on Acres, the EV are nearby too, so they're going to be quite the early game party.
Yep, at the same time, AT had their own little mini bit of chaos. It's still actually brewing here. Blink has actually had to jump away at the last second. They've actually taken down one member, surprisingly. So, you know, AT, typically the underdogs, actually doing very well on their little early game fight there. Looks like EV have also found a kill onto Akalynx this time as well, 3OP. And now, you know, split away as much as possible, I guess, try and get a res. They got Cobra not too far away. It looks like the other teams kind of on the outer perimeter of the circle are going to be chilling. 2 members have died here, surprisingly. What happened there? Oh, it was the...
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
The barrels. The barrels got them, but, you know, they're alone, so they'll be fine. I don't have, like, a barrel sound effect.
They will be fine. Supervive.
Oh, wait. That should be a storm
Oh,
shift.
yeah.
More barrels.
Yeah, I've said that to them. When I've during one of my like past casts, I'm like, what, you know, we're gonna stick in a storm shifts. That's something they could easily, surely they could conjure that up, right?
Right.
Just
If they
spam
can
the
have
map with it.
Twisters, you can have barrels where it just have it like an explosive game, literally, where it's nothing but barrels everywhere, and just have absolute chaos like what we are having in this game.
Oh, what's happening here?
As ADN fight against
What's the Rebel doing?
Rebel was taken pretty low. Missing
Radar
from
so
that
good.
Mix, crashing back with the Sky Shark, but taking a little bit
Oh,
of
that-
a huge heal onto Adamark so they can take down GPA.
Insane heal.
Separated.
ADN
They
is
got the rock
dead.
wave onto Kaizar, but it was a nice slam to try.
Nice, yeah, nice slam by Rebel there.
Do they even get this escape?
That was
Kaizar
such a
was
good.
looking a little dicey.
Rebel should be out, right?
No, just gonna grab some of the minions as they can.
It doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah,
The
you know,
Rebel
this
counters.
even though it's been nerfed so many times, it still provides so much value. At the same time, a little squid is performed by Smold. Doesn't get a full connection, unfortunately. Ice is there with the defensive measures. Already dashed aggressively. Already broke the armors. Got Smold super low there at the last second. And Crouch is there with a little bit of defense.
What's
I'm not
Crouch
sure if there's much
doing?
left in the tank. Is it nearly going to get him thrown into the hot there at the last second, but does manage to make it away. WAF are kind of on top in this fight. It looked a little bit wishy-washy there, but you know, they definitely retained their ground in that scenario.
Holding on, looking for recalls.
Oh, no.
So I can take away Crouch.
Shichi
Levi
takes
has
Crouch,
to look
Levi.
away, but the hunt is there for
Levi.
Wolf. Make it difficult for EV to
No.
escape this one. A nice dunk attempted by Shrek, but it's more about getting in the kill if they can. But he was able to get into the jet stream. He's overheating.
They're all overheating.
They
It's a
also
bit.
are overheating, and I don't know if you want to chase that far onto Levi. They are continuing it. They're really hunting for this kill, and Levi's doing a good job of at least killing some of their time, which gives them that opportunity for the revive. So Mr. IC finding Crouch on a respawn beacon. Now it's going to be Levi, who barely...
What is
gets out of
Levi
there.
doing?
Levi, gotta give him credit on this one with just how much time he's wasting of WAF.
Yeah, and Ice is there.
Wait, Levi cooks.
Maybe get that kill on Small.
Wait, there's no way. What is that, Levi? Levi smurfed that.
I was thinking, oh,
Holy
sure he's going to
Levi.
die, and the reses are going to be kind of desynced,
Holy
and they have to try and
Levi.
res Levi in that scenario. But in fact, they actually turned it around completely. So very nicely done by them.
Which means that it's WAF instead that are on the back foot.
Yeah.
Only having lost Wilson they'll look for their own respawn, but not going to be as detrimental for them because they have many opportunities like the heart that they're already at, so they can get that revive. But
oh, another dunk. Bro, Cook is just dunks people, man.
Crusher's back on the Shy, but eventually
Cook is just
too much
dunks
pressure was
people.
applied to Rat, so they will lose Cookies. But we look at our other teams and how they're moving
Come on,
around
Meep.
the map right now. It is
Come
getting a
on,
little bit
Meep.
dicey on how some of these teams are forming. Like TSM right here, would have expected them to actually look for that fight against LG, but I guess the double goals, especially for Baroof, not knowing the position of other teams, and so they didn't really want to fully engage. But 3LP, they are a team that always wants to fight. It doesn't matter if they are behind in items, behind in armor, they will always look for those scraps.
Yep, and we're just getting some questions in from the chat from Luca. So the total prize pool is 195 euros. It's 50 euros per person for first place, and I think 15 for second place per person. There's going to be bans after game 4. There's going to be 2 bans, and it's pretty much standard rules apart from that. Kind of standard storm shift as well.
2 bans.
Already taking down Trek. Waff in a bad spot. As well, they putting down the Abyssal Breaker, but that's going to be more pressure applied to Waff, and they cannot escape too easily. This one, it is going to be only GG that makes it out.
Shiv and old ban would be detrimental if you want to play one of these.
Yep, it looks like Shy have also recovered themselves as well. You know, we know that Cookie's got a nice little cheese pick there. As well on the train tracks, seeing a potential bit of red on red violence. TSM have Omega armor advantage in this scenario. 3LP are in pretty dire straits actually in respect to that. Hopefully they can get some resets. Obviously with the reduced cost for armor repairs now, they just make it a lot more accessible to teams. No matter their economy, if they're poor or rich, they can typically stabilize. You know,
we're gonna watch game 4.
But, you know, if you weren't really rich, you know,
or maybe game 5. I don't know.
very troublesome to continue having fights.
Done before 9.
Yeah, the poverty runs that we talk about, like, it still exists in the game.
Yeah,
not nearly to the degree that it once was. So
100%.
there are ways around it, but not even but we did see.
Oh, we see Shroom, the goat himself.
SB put on one of those poverty runs, kind of as you were talking about. They were able to push back, and they won game 2, despite having lost a lot of early fights. And right now, 3LP, I don't know how you get
Zap
is
insane.
Locked down Aka Lynx, and he has been spiked as they go over to the LG push back, now have to deal with TSM, who will get a lot of damage onto them. LG, they wanted that fight. They wanted to
man, nerf this guy Zeph, dude. How does he get out of it?
Here from Stormbreakers, pushing through, blast off
okay, that's dead on Theo. Theo is alive.
Theo tries to escape from this one, but the hunt from Stormbreakers as they look to take down TSM and deny them that steady momentum.
Yep, and that's very, very unfortunate there. Looks like there's 2 more fights potentially brewing here. On the top right-hand side, looks like Shy and LG Baroof applying a decent amount of pressure onto Hudis. Of course, they're an oathless comp, Shy are. So it's going to be quite difficult for them to kind of have sustained, you know, poke here in this scenario. But of course, Saras kind of negates that.
Oathless comp is insane.
This one with his shield management. Of course, the train's now slowly coming down, potentially reducing the space that LG have to play on. Actually gets to punch him, but doesn't.
They gotta jump on the train.
Go on the train. Hudis actually gets a kill onto Orlando's, and Shy are now temporarily split. Potentially, Hudis is lingering at the last second. Can he
what is he doing? He's alone.
Unfortunately, Hudis is found dead.
He wanted to deny that Wisp respawn so bad. And the thing is, it's like, you're not really that punished from it because you can hop off the train, you can get yourself into this position where you can respawn like we did see it momentarily for them. But the bigger problem is that they were not alone. There were so many teams
Shy's out.
This corridor earlier that we were talking about. And so the Shy get heavily punished. Hudis, despite having fallen, is going to look for the revive. So Q get a nice spike onto Revel. So ADN, they're forced to Deathbox revive while a nice blink back.
That was insane blink. Ooh, they almost got.
Kaizaro into the wells and into the falls.
They almost did get knocked there.
GPA again for ADN.
Yeah, there's a really nice glimmers of greatness there. I always love it when a big vortex jump connects, man. It's just so satisfying to see all these characters just get knocked together, clumped together, take an extra bit of damage, and just be, being able to take so much damage from any of the sorts of, AoE damage sources, such as a Zeph ult or anything else following up from other team members, of course. SB having their own little dance against EV at this scenario as well. Looks like they're going to be okay. They're trying to fight over Guardian. Shin's there right at the last second. He's not popped his dagger just yet. Looks like Levi's already popped his dagger though, so he's going to try and get some poke in when possible. Looks like they're trying to fight over this little morsel of space that's left before the circle kind of closes in completely. There we go. They are now completely segregated from each other in this scenario.
Samiri, it is wild. Here in Game 3, every team is still left standing. Even if they've been battered, they've been bruised.
Insane, yeah.
Everyone is still alive. Like right now, we see some remnant of some teams that are very close to the brink. Aiden, the last one for 3LP. ADN, They were barely able to make it out alive. They do get the revive off. Waff, another team that is down there. Brawl. Oh, you see that Shy, the team that had been down to only Who Dis. Almost lose Hachi immediately with TSM pushing in from the north.
TSM good push from the north.
To make things chaotic, to go all the way back north, but it's not in the position they really want to be in because there's too many teams already surrounding that portal.
Oh, spike connect.
3LP, uncharacteristically out at first, and that's going to be Eevee pushing back onto AT. Everyone is still holding their ground. Everyone waiting to see which team is going to be the first one to fall. It's going to be Sinoid out in the north part to Waff that they lose.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very insane kind of mid-late game. It feels like Gecko and Garuf are having their own little LMB exchange with those hammers, but it looks like that's kind of you know, staved off for the moment. Nothing else happening too much there. We're looking at some red chest pickups as well. Yusa got a nice one there right at the last second, and ADN are looking to apply pressure in basically every direction. They've you know, they've held their ground pretty well in the majority of the fights that they've been in. It looks like Shy also with that insane rotation, a very, very risky one. They've made it out with all players alive. They got the stun up as well. They're trying to get the kill. Shrek is found dead as well at the last second. Oh, Small might be in trouble as well. Who dis? Hatchet there with reinforcements. Small is found dead. There's only one member left, but Sprint is
does get it.
Oh no, Kalski's there. MST.
Missed! They show up out of nowhere! They're intervening to third party on a Waff, but Waff, how did you get out alive? And now the Shy of the team collapsed by a fourth party TSM! Missed TSM now holding onto the mana coils, one another. They stare it down, but they're not actually looking for that full fight, especially for Mist. They see just how powerful TSM is. They want to see if they can bait them into more even ground for them.
Yep, and oh no, it looks like one member just died there. GPA is found dead. Revel and Kazaro now on their last legs. Rat get the absolute jump, a super clean one with the dunk followed by Cookies onto Kazaro.
Cookies has been dunking all freaking game.
And Blink is applying a massive feast
Nerfed, my
load.
boy.
Not doing that much damage, just actually kind of temporarily split up MST. Kuba now found dead. Kaus
MST, one dead,
jumping onto Kaus now. They're jumping onto anyone they can find. The dunk is successfully performed by Mekimek. Super clean. It is Sinnoh now. Last life for MST. Meanwhile, on the top right, it looks like trouble might be brewing.
Right around the heart, EVLG. They trade blows. We do see that Rebel eventually fall. Too many teams surrounded his position.
Oh, Ash with a sniper over there. Here's
I actually want to fully engage, especially because despite all this action, Samiri, there are still so many teams left.
Yeah, 9 is crazy. Oh, but I think this next circle is definitely gonna, you know, squeeze some more teams out here. Shitty still last alive. He's been evading forever. Crystal tries to apply the ult, but just kind of misses it. Crystal ult is blocked as well by Moik. Successfully taken down Waff. They are outed, unfortunately. 9th place. Meanwhile, it looks like there might be a bit of a squeeze on the south side.
SP are double winners right now. Fight up against Mist, getting a lot of damage, but they haven't been able
Gecko
to
gets hit by that, not...
Blast off missing. It is going to be a sacrificial lamb for Mist, though, so the rest of the team can get out alive. Well, LG, they've slowly pushed on to
Orlando's a little cheeky boy there.
SLQ nearby, but they are stealthy. Staying right inside. I think they've gotten amphibians, so they can look.
No!
Oh my god.
Well done from SLQ.
Very, very nicely performed there. That's a nice little bit of a surprise tactic that's very unconventionally seen in this specific scenario, but they do manage to capitalize and use it really effectively there. At the same time, Blink, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. In fact, he's already found dead. TSM now have to look kind of look for different avenues now to try and get their team member back. Of course, looks like there's a crown pick up for Sinnoh as well. 1 minute 15. So the both
there's the first ground.
Have managed to get back in themselves back in the game. But that might not be for too much longer here as AT are looking to potentially apply pressure down onto the south side. Looks like a dash would have provide. Oh, Crystal with the ulti as well.
Ulti connects on all, not great.
Oh, no.
He's got a minute left. He's got to get out of this one. Couldn't grab you out of that one. And now Sinnoh has been pushed into a storm.
No crown anymore.
For Mist as they only have Calskinator. There's a gnarled heart placed down LG. Placing it around the heart as well. Going to be very curious to see how this fight will go, especially this last one with only Calskinator. Brawl against the world. Too many people on his position. No way out of this one. No rebuke for Mist as they will fall at 9th place.
That's so sad.
8 teams. No, 7 teams, making 6 teams.
No,
now left on to the breach.
Just keeping them all.
We had another team fall. AT got sandwiched between too many squads, and SLQ, it looks like they're about to suffer the same fate that they just applied to AT.
Yep, and this is going to be a very, very hard fight for them to maneuver around successfully without someone dying here. Mekimek's already got the dunk down. And Hook was unsuccessful. They found one. Fury's already found dead. The hook is applied by Mekimek to really force out SLQ. Meanwhile, SP are now trying to apply pressure onto Rat. The armor difference is quite significant here. And then Brute comes with a...
Oh! Oh, what was that?
Back onto Rat. play. Rat now
What was
scattering
that?
in too many directions. Cookies has to put down the rock.
That's
wave,
insane.
but
What is
SB,
Cookies doing
but it
with?
seemed
They
like
got
they
one
were going to
legendary.
be
That was
beaten by
insane.
Rat
Insane. The
denied
armor
their
death.
heroic moment. The clowns, LG, come out of nowhere to chase down the Rat. They put down the trap, but here's the unstable portal. SLQ. They sent one, they sent two with the crown as Cookies tries to get away, but too much
Cookies is
damage
dead.
from Orlando's has been applied, and he had no way out of this one, even with the volcanic crusher, putting down that Tetra form, only delayed the inevitable.
Yep, and we do see Mekimek on the top side, maybe trying to make his way towards a hot play potentially. That's probably his angle here, but things are looking rough here. He's been found out now by TSM, so his lifestyle really shortened here. He's got the Viving Fusion for an extra bit of health, but EV are there. LMBs are being sent out. He's trying to make his way down to the hot. Unfortunately, unsuccessful.
He ran into the pillar. If he doesn't run into that pillar, he survives. Echo 2 pushed into the storm. SLQ, their highest placement so far.
SB.
Fifth place, SB. Top 4 again. Looking unstoppable here in EU as LG apply some pressure, but they are getting pushed back by SB.
Oh, that's kind of rough actually. You don't want to play this.
Away. The gummy bungee.
You really don't want to play this.
SB are looking for a flank from Shin, but they put down a portal to deny that angle for Shin.
Yep, and considering the cycle as well, actually, they've got a lot of space to burn. Pretty much every team does. I don't know if any other teams actually know where Nald actually is, apart from potentially EV and maybe LG in this scenario. TSM can apply pressure in basically any direction. They're pretty free to do what they want in this scenario. It looks like there could be a potential late rotation. There's about 5 seconds left potentially for that unstable portal if they want to go up to the top side, but they maybe just want to play the slow game here. We are seeing some back tier, maybe some buys as well coming out. EV and TSM applying a bit of pressure on both sides whenever possible, but Meep is absolutely armored up here. Got Refractor and Sword of Seven Suns pick up.
Meep is so scary, bro. Goes with Exotic, Refractor, and Sword of Seven Suns.
SB, especially if they want a chance at winning, because SB 2 games in a row early on with a lot of kills to kind of put them in this leadership role.
Theo on some weird ass build.
Deny that pressure, at least for now. Granted, there are 8 games to play. There's every opportunity teams can bounce back, especially in the second half when we apply bans. While EV, Levi taking a little bit of that attention from TSM. Nice punch from Crouch. Haymaker stun.
Maybe.
They're looking for the blast up to separate. TSM Blink is alive though. When then they try to get the play, but now LG push on a Theo with SB coming in from the side on.
Oh, the spike.
From Deprex, Stray Rocket leaves only Little Meep. He might have that armor, but this Soros undefended. There's an easy target, and look at how they chase. They look for the easy prey. But Little Meep has gotten himself onto this base camp, and he might be able to steal that away from SB, but SB not gonna make it easy for Little Meep despite having a crown. He's over.
Is in 3. No.
Eventually, TSM have to go back to the base.
Yeah, that was a very, very hard grief there, and TSM just could not recover at all. They obviously tried the crown res, and
SB
just
on
pouncing
EV.
at the most opportune moments possible. They're getting those free spikes as well when people are kind of caught off guard. They seem to be able to keep capitalizing off that and doing that same strategy. And they keep getting rewarded for it as well. It seems maybe you could argue there's maybe some macro misplay going on from other teams that's kind of maybe griefing TSM in that scenario. I think there's going to be maybe some Discord chats action is going to be increased heavily at least for today. While this game continues to evolve here, Shin is applying a little bit of pressure onto EV, but they just dash back at the last second. LG Ash is also trying to get those RMBs on that Saros, trying to force out SB in this scenario. Shin is getting rapidly healed up by Gecko though. The reinforcements are always going to be there for SB. The game knowledge is on par. Everything's up to date. Everything's looking healthy. And they've actually gone to the left hand side. They're just chilling. Going to be fine in this scenario.
It's a smart call because they don't know exactly where the Gnarled Heart is. I think they're still kind of guessing at to where the storm is
it's
going
just
to
from
go.
deduction, right? They got to know it's on right side.
Right. Exactly. So like, but the thing is, they don't know exactly where. It could be a little bit outside of the storm. It could be right down south where LG is too. Those are like the possibilities. So they're playing with the knowledge that they are going to get pushed into either team, and they don't want to get sandwiched. I think it's a wise call from them.
Oh, Shen is 1 HP.
From Orlando, who trying to get the overkill rounds to land on him, but LG, they too take a little bit too much damage from the fight. The only team that really has the full information is going to be
Levi.
That's why they're playing aggressive.
Very nice
LG
combo.
Damage onto them, forcing them into the storm, and now LG. That's
One.
Scatter. They only have Ash, who's left on that E plat, trying to get back into the circle, but that storm damage 6, way too much damage.
So
on Ash.
it's
So here's the
SB.
ball. Only 2. Nice chilling finale just to deny the fight for now. But SB,
Huge.
they're the team to beat. 2 in a row already. Can they make it 3? EV, they could deny them right now, but it is going to be a difficult task to ask against such a strong team like Stormbreakers.
Yeah, and we need to just have a quick look and see. Deadbreaker's got like 3 red packs as well. Shin with 1. Defensive dagger already popped. They've already popped the.
Oh, he's jumping in.
Ice on less than half HP, and potentially
He's
as
up.
Gecko goes in super aggressively. Pops
Oh,
the breaker.
amazing ultimate
Ice
there.
can make it around. Just managed to successfully evade that much, but Shin is there with the push with a death break.
Gecko's down. That's a big pick, but they do trade for Mr. Ice-T. 1 for 1, but losing that oath is going to be something I don't know if SB will be able to recover from. They try to blink away with the crown onto Shin, but it's going to be crown from Crouch as well.
Oh.
The wisp kill from Deadbreak gets them that crown immediately proc. EV not paying full attention to deny that play and see if they can get themselves back in a better position. Instead, they put down a respawn beacon. SP, they know.
They're jumping, yeah. They have to all in.
Do they focus on to Levi? Levi.
It has to be. Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Crown gone. Only one
There's no other crown.
Look for 3 in a row here, and this bro Kane's thrown them in.
3.
With
That's
nowhere
3.
left to go as SB dominating the competition.
As victory
Again,
also.
super clean. You know, things are looking potentially even there, but you know, once that crown pickup just happened, oh my god, it's over at that point. There's no chance of recovery there. It seems like, you know, SB obviously incredibly formidable opponents. You know, EV did pretty well, all things considered. You know, having their own little mini fight there with the 2v2, but yeah, just unrecoverable once that crown is, you know, is popped.
I'm trying to eat something really quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
For people who don't know, I woke up with Samiri already messaging me, like telling me to wake up, and I'm like, 5 more minutes.
Okay. Huge work.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, cross country.
All right, 3 games down, 5 to go. As right now, it seems like SB are unstoppable. 3 games they have taken, dominating as well. The only games too, I think, was like their weakest performance, where they were a little bit behind earlier on.
I think that's enough
clawed back
hard
that
for
victory.
it.
Games 1 and 2.
Let's do this for
constant
today.
fighting from them,
I've done a
keeping
lot of
themselves
stuff.
relevant regardless of
Goodbye.
competition.